So, subscriber drive in my Focus RS. I think you're buzzing, mate.
This
I will
is
be.
awesome.
Yeah,
My
just
first driving in RS.
yeah. Feel free, take her away. So we've just got our out of your out of yours.
Thanks for trusting me.
That's okay. You'll notice slightly different to yours. It's a very short shift,
Yeah.
so
I
you
noticed
don't
that,
need to put.
Wow.
So you see what I mean?
And the clutch just, even the accelerator just feels, you know, stiffer. So we're in normal mode right now.
We are in, every time you start up the RS, it's normal mode. Normal being RS normal.
Wow, yeah. This feels a lot more hardcore than my S6.
This is like a dream for me as well, by the way. I've always wanted a subscriber to sort of try out and to try out this.
Thanks for letting me.
That's not a problem. No auto blip, but it's okay. It's like.
Can I give it some?
Feel free.
Whoa! That is insane. That is mega. That's next level, yeah. The way that gets the traction down on a day like today is just.
It's not even like. It doesn't really even try.
That's the next level. That is brilliant.
I loved it. I was just watching your face. I was just like,
wow.
But it makes it very, very easy.
Oh, that is just unbelievable.
And the whooshing and the fat, it's like.
That is next level. I love it. I want more. Oh no, I'm gonna have to stage 2 now. You know, this is unbelievable.
It can definitely take the power. I think if you do ever go stage 2 or anything, it's definitely the hardware you've got to think of. Don't ever just get an ECU tune, because even yours.
I'd go for the mount tunes.
Yeah,
Stage 2,
even yours has like the panel, the air filter, doesn't it? But I'm glad you like it.
I mean, if I tried to get the power down in mine up there, I'd be hanging on for dear life. You know, it's just this just does it, doesn't it?
Yeah,
it just rips and goes.
You're going like far faster than you'd ever kind of think, if that makes sense. And then it makes nice little downshifts as well.
What a car!
It's like, and as a passenger, this is the first time I've been a passenger. It feels very secure. Like, it doesn't feel like it's.
I've jumped straight in this.
Yeah, you just hopped in and you're absolutely fine.
Wow, that is insane. That is unbelievable.
I just love it.
It's one of the quickest things I've been in.
So they say between 400 and 440 horsepower. Depending on fuel, depending on conditions. Now, I find this car is probably really fast in cold. Because as cold,
well, like any turbocharged,
because it's like heat soak and everything. I've only run this on 99, so it's got as good fuel as you can get.
Yeah, I do the same. A lot of tuners recommend that as well.
Yeah, it's pretty special. I mean,
I even try and stick to V-Power or Tesco Momentum because they're the best.
So I'm Tesco Momentum as well. I love, like, for me, and you'll probably notice it a little bit when you turn right out of here, just how like it feels quite rear biased.
This is unbelievable. Absolutely brilliant. The fact that you can get the power down in these conditions.
So you see what I mean at the back. It feels like to me like it's like right at the far left when you go right, and right at the far. It proper pulls at the back.
The confidence this gives you. I mean, it's not even. We're only at probably 6/10 of what this can do.
I think you need to be a proper like.
To get the most out of this, you'd have to be.
Yeah. You'd a have to be on track, and B you'd have to be a much better driver. But it does flatter anyone.
Oh, it does.
Like, it's. Yeah.
I actually think you need to be a better driver in the ST because you've got to actually,
well,
fight.
That's the thing. I felt like you have to have more control and more understanding with not only with the throttle but the steering.
Yeah. I think the steering feels more direct in mine as well.
Do you think that's an interesting one? I think
it just feels a bit twitchier. This feels a bit more.
I wonder if that's the chassis of this being a Mark III.
This is nuts.
And you might have seen, you get like a little RS flash up.
Yeah, I noticed that, man. Yeah,
so it appears when you're coming towards peak power,
right, and
it flashes when it says you're not going to get any more power.
Change gear now.
So basically what it's saying is you can hold it, but you're going to be at your whatever 400, 440.
This is, for me, the biggest takeaway is the traction, the way that it just hooks up and goes.
Yeah.
In these conditions.
And for me, like the stock suspension works.
Yeah,
like you would not need to change the suspension. That's what I really wanted. But what I'm interested, like brakes wise, what would you say? Would you say similar to yours?
Yeah, probably a little bit more.
Because this is a slightly heavier car.
It feels a bit.
And obviously they might not be as. I love it, man. These are the bits that I love because it's just.
I know these roads well, you know.
Yeah.
So this just gives you so much confidence. It's unbelievable. And I've obviously read and watched videos about the suspension. Maybe it's because it's got a few miles on it and it's worn. It just feels.
I think. I genuinely am a believer. 25, 30,000 miles, a car starts to be a bit happier, just with the engine loosening up. This car is on. This car is on obviously 60,000. So the previous owner has driven it. There's no denying that. And well, this was a key bit where we would always lose traction.
A little bit of a traction control hesitate a little bit there, but I mean this road's terrible.
Yeah, and it will still have assistance on. Seats, what are you thinking with the Recaros?
Yeah. not obviously not as comfortable as mine.
It's the comfort's not there.
They feel more hardcore, you know, but I mean the position's really nice.
Well, okay, that's one thing.
This is how I have mine set up.
Yeah.
So for me, I'd be happy with it.
And I'm glad you said that. So the moment you first sat in this car, you said the seating position felt really good.
Yeah.
And all I heard over the years of this Mark III RS was that it sat too high. Yeah, so I think that this previous owner has fitted a bracket to this car to lower the seats, because these buckets are fixed, which means you can't adjust them up and down, but you can do forward and side and tilt. Now, the moment I sat in this car, when it was, the Kind dealership dropped it off on my driveway, I was like, the seats feel really good, because they're obviously made to be made for everyone. I don't know why this person's indicating right. There is actually a turning. So yeah, I love it. It's a beyond kind of moment kind of car. It's very special.
I'm happy for you.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
I can't wait to see more content.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. This will be at the time people watch this, they would have seen loads, well, at least 5 or 6 videos. We're filming this early February, by the way, for people. It's a dream for me to own this car. Like, I wanted this car for 9 years, since I heard about the RS in 2014. We're obviously 2023 now. Let alone my channel to be able to meet up with subscribers, not only to drive your unbelievable car, you know, it's a brand new, rare, expensive car, was mind-blowing. And then to have a subscriber be able to sort of drive what is my dream as well. Because you know,
I've been reading about this car since Ford announced it, so thank you for letting me drive it.
That's okay. And we were talking about the little booklet, which I will half get out here. They're very community biased, so it's like specific Ford Performance, nice leather pouch, but it's all specific to the RS. And like you said the same thing, you were like, I bet you've just spent all your time reading through that. And I'm like, yes, like I love it. This is when like they had the Ford GT, the new one, and the Mustang. I'm just like, yeah.
It's them little touches that make the ownership experience that little bit better.
It's unreal.
And you don't get that with the ST. You know, there's no, the manual's just the normal Focus manual.
Well, that's the
ST
thing.
in the manual.
I'll stick it back into normal because I think she cools herself down.
And that's the little things like that you probably do that I do. If you have been having fun, you drive for 10 minutes.
Yeah,
let the car cool down. Let the oil cool down.
And I think tunes like I'm sure Mountune do it as well, and they protect temperatures. Revo do it, and they literally slagged off the 2.3. They said, we know what this engine's faults are. We know that it got too hot. We know that it needed, you needed to manage your temps. Hence why I've got an AirTech intercooler, which is the size of another small sized car.
Because I mean, the oil temps halfway, and we've been on full boost.
I was thinking that actually, because in my Golf R, the Golf R runs hotter than this. So that's 300 horsepower, and I think it's that EA AAA engine, the 2 litre. I'm running at sort of like 106 degrees on oil, whereas on the way down it never went above sort of like 80, 90.
Yeah, that's mine sits about 95.
Really? So I think it might be the Golf R just gets a lot of heat. Like, I've got out of my Golf R and the bonnet has been steaming.
Really?
And I've never had that from I might have had it in my Fiesta ST in the past, but what is great about this one is, and I had it on my ST200, which was also Revo Stage 2, which also had AirTech intercoolers, is they run so cold. That's what it's there for. I think that
obviously just helps promote the engine, gives you more power.
It's everything. If
more consistent power as well.
If an engine gets too hot,
it's heat soaked. You just lose performance and cut the oil. It's never good, is it?
What this tune will do though is it will do stuff like it will basically say, you try to put it in sport mode, it won't go into sport mode.
Oh really? Right.
And if it's too hot, or if it's too cold even. So if you've just turned on the car and this has a very loud cold start, it has like a decat cold start. So I started this at 6 in the morning.
I bet the neighbours
Trust me, they know. When I had it, when the screen was frosted over once, the heated front screen doesn't work unless the engine's running.
Yes.
And I had to sit there with it making so much noise.
But luckily, it does defrost.
It does defrost, and I was just like, we've got a fellow Ford Transit van person. Yeah, look, thumbs up, I'll take that. Maybe it's about the car, maybe it's for us. Yeah, short shifter as well in this.
I've got to admit, at first that
it feels weird because you don't have to pull it in as much. It's sort of
I almost felt like I wasn't going into gear, but no, it feels brilliant.
I found, it's. Yeah,
that's another upgrade on the list. Mountune, the shopping list gets longer.
I noticed that when I drove a facelift Fiesta ST, and I'll hopefully meet up with that owner at a meet at some point. And I was like, fuck me, that short shift.
I think they're fairly easy to self-install. Yeah, as well. I don't think it's anything too complex.
It's not too bad. So your final thoughts, Buzz?
It's just, I mean, should we go out in mine now? Because obviously I know my car.
Yeah.
You'll see the difference that I can't do what I can do in this.
Let's do it. Let's definitely do it.
It flashes you as a driver, doesn't it? Like.
Oh,
it's unbelievable.
I think I do pinch myself that I've even got the car.
Sorry, one thing I will say, I don't think stock power is enough. This can clearly take the power that this has got.
I agree.
So I can imagine that stock, it wouldn't feel anywhere near quick enough that the car can handle.
I think, again, people can comment as well who have an RS or from stock, and I've only driven a RS from stock a long time ago. I felt the power, because this car is a heavy 1.5 ton car, you'll see what I mean about the rack. Yeah. It's got no lock on it.
Yeah, you're not doing a 3.5.
Yeah,
you get behind or where were we?
It's up to you. You can go in front and it'll be fine.
I'll reverse it and
yeah.
Be careful of the alloys.
Yeah, cool. Thank you. the low profile.
We've got one scratch on ours, and it wasn't me.
Oh no.
So.
Reversing camera's great. You just need to wipe it down. Yeah, I'm smiling. I will almost. I'll put myself on camera. We'll hop in your.
It has got parking sensors, hasn't it?
It's got parking sensors. We'll hop in your Focus ST for probably a separate video. Maybe I'll include it in this one. I'm not too sure, but I hope you enjoyed it.
That's absolutely brilliant. Yeah, I want an RS now. So if anyone wants to buy an ST,
switch them both. Guys, comment below as well, and yeah, we'll be happy to give you any sort of feedback and information, and plenty of content to come. And if this is your first video watching on the channel, check back. I've got loads of stuff on this car, and this is as of today in 2023. I do have a 2018. I know it's an older 5-year-old car, but yeah, love it.